morning, hello, and welcome to This Date in History, also known as TDH. This show is all about the events that happened on this date in years past, both recognized by other historians, but mainly things we personally find intriguing enough for us to bring to you. The sources of this information come from the smart device application, Today in History, What Happened Today in History, Historical Calendar, and the website onthisday.com. For links to those sources, the music done by Carrera, and anything else potentially interesting, check the underbar of the description below. Anyway, I am Alexander, and today I am joined by...
Who is Alice?
Yep.
And Protoblob.
Yay! And I saw Doom Guy was in here for a second, so he might come back. So, let's see. Anyway, today is Wednesday, also... no, not Wednesday. Today is Thursday. Also known as Thursday. December 8th, 2022. So, I'm going to start us off here today. In the year 1326, we have Daikochi Temple in the Rinzai line was established in Kyoto by Daito Kokushi. Alright. And
so
then...
the temple was named after him.
Looks like it. Yeah. Yeah, Daito Kokushi. So, yeah. Looks like it. And then, doing a pretty good time jump here to 1776, George Washington's retreating army crossed the Delaware River from New Jersey. Huh. Alright
And
then.
as we all know, on Christmas the same year, he crossed the Delaware River again, but then attacked.
That's right. So we're going to be reporting on that here on my birth mother's birthday. So... And 1 year later, 1776, Captain James Cook left Society Islands. Huh.
77.
Yeah, 1 year later, 1777. So I guess he no longer lives in a society, you know? So. Then, ooh, you got a good one here in 1813. Blob?
Ah, it's me. Okay, we have the composer Ludwig van Beethoven, also known by everyone who watched Clockwork Orange as Ludwig van. His 7th Symphony in A premieres in Vienna with Beethoven conducting.
Alright.
And of course it's a special event if the composer also is the conductor. So in 1849 we have Giuseppe Verdi's opera Luisa Miller. It premieres in Naples, Italy.
Huh. Alright. I always want to top that.
Not to be mistaken for Naples, Florida.
I don't think that would be a mistake, but, you know.
Well, you know, there are some oddballs out there. So,
yeah, you know,
never know.
like as I've seen, 7% of the population of the United States of America believes that chocolate milk comes from brown cows. And from what I was educated on, Germans believe that milk comes from a purple cow. So, yeah.
There you go.
It's a very famous advertising figure here, that purple cow.
Ha!
But we continue.
No cow.
We continue with music. In 1857, the first production of Dion Boucicault's play Poor of New York.
Huh. What do you want to bet that the poor couldn't afford to watch it? That's a heartbreak right there.
So he's Irish and changed his name so it can be better pronounced by Americans, it seems.
Ah. That would make sense. Especially back in those times, the Irish were not looked on too fondly. So. Then
Never
moving on
trust
up.
the Irish and their potatoes.
What?
I'm just kidding. I said never trust the Irish and their potatoes. It was a joke. I actually love Irish potatoes.
Yeah, when they have them, you know.
When there's not a potato famine?
Yeah. Yep. Anyway, 1863, Abraham Lincoln issued his amnesty proclamation and plan for reconstruction of the South. Yep.
There you go.
That was during the Civil War, actually, though. Civil War was in full effect because it lasted until 1865. But
I think the other event in 1863 also is pretty important.
1863 as well. 2,500 people were reported to be killed as a result of a fire at Jesuit Church of La Campana, Santiago, Chile. Wow. That sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if that's a situation of hell on earth. You know? So. Then, 1 year later, 1864, James Clerk Maxwell's paper, A Dynamical Theory of the Electromagnetic Field, was first read by the Royal Society in London, published by the Royal Society in 1865. So I'm going to find a link to this wiki because this is interesting here. There we go. Alright, here we go. In the paper, Maxwell derives an electromagnetic wave equation with a velocity for light in close agreement with measurements made by experiment, and deduces that light is an electromagnetic wave, which it is. So, for further reading on this particular topic, please refer to the underbar of the description. The links shall be there. And then 1864, the Clifton Suspension Bridge, designed by Isambard Kingdom Brunel, was finally opened in Bristol, England, 5 years after his death. Oh man. Let's see. Let's take a look at what this bridge looks like. Let's see here, images. Ah, yes. It looks like a bridge. It has bridge-like qualities. So, but that still looks pretty cool, though. Huh.
Yeah.
That is
but,
really cool.
As historians know, or at least those who played the Railroad Tycoon games, Isambard Kingdom Brunel also was the chief engineer for the proposed Great Western Railway.
Huh.
And he was one of the pioneers of railroads.
Oh, yeah. He looks like a railroad mogul with that stovepipe hat of his. And then I think that's the end of my three, so right back to you, sir.
Alright, we have again Jesse James. We had him a few days ago. In 1874, Jesse James' gang takes train at Muncie, Kansas.
Dang. Those...
And of course, also his brother was part of the gang and many others.
Yep.
In 1886, we have an election. The American Federation of Labor, formed by 26 craft unions, Samuel Gompers elected as AFL president.
All right.
And in 1895, the battle at Amba Alagi in Ethiopia, it seems. Ethiopian Emperor Menelik II drives Italian General Baratieri out.
Yes. Yeah, it looks like Italy was going after Ethiopia for a long time, 1895, because they did take him in 1938. So, dang. They really wanted Ethiopia. Huh. And in 1902, Oliver Wendell Holmes Jr. became Associate Justice on U.S. Supreme Court. Alright. And wow, dude, they both have some pretty incredible mustaches here. 1912, Wilhelm II of Germany called a war council. This is just a few years before the outbreak of the First World War, as some people would know. Then we got a music premiere here in 1914 as well. Irving Berlin's musical Watch Your Step premiered in New York City. Dang. Huh, that sounds more like a warning than a play, but huh. Alright. It's like, you better watch your step. I don't know.
In that year, yes.
Oh yes, definitely. Yeah.
And we continue in the year following, in 1915, with another music premiere. Jean Sibelius' Fifth Symphony in E premieres.
E.
So he was a Finnish composer and violinist.
Yep.
And it doesn't say where it premiered, but readers are welcome to look it up.
Yep, that's a challenge for the viewers. If anybody so wishes, where did this premiere? So, tell us in the comment section.
Yes, in 1915 also, John McCrae's poem "In Flanders Fields" appears anonymously in the Punch magazine.
Huh. Man, what's with all the violent articles today? The Punch magazine? Who's reading Punch? Like, you open up a magazine, like a boxing glove comes out, like right in the face. Oh man, like that's some real hard hitting information right there.
Well, his memorial poem "In Flanders Fields" also was hard hitting. It was written after the Second Battle of Ypres. however that is pronounced.
Oh dang! It's about World War One. I see. Yeah, World War One soldier, physician, and poet John McCrae.
It popularized the use of poppies to commemorate those killed in the war.
Oh, so that's where that came from. Yeah, because the poppies are a very hardy flower, and they're the only things that grew like in the war-torn, trench warfare area. So, yeah.
Yeah.
1921?
And 1921, the Anglo-Irish Treaty, we talked about it also recently on the show. Eamon de Valera publicly repudiates Anglo-Irish Treaty.
Repudiates. I've never heard that word before. Let's see here. What does that mean? Refuse to accept or be associated with. So he refused it.
Oh, that's not nice of him.
Well, I mean, like, they weren't giving Ireland, they weren't giving them their independence and freedom, so of course he'd probably be like, no, because, and then, as we all know, the Troubles, which are probably still going around, actually, because they're still sporadically, like, not as much as they were back in the 60s, 70s, and 80s and shit, but there still are, like, Irish Revolution people and whatnot. I knew someone whose, her dad was an IRA member, and he actually put out a hit on her, like, to try to get rid of her, like, so that shit is still going on.
Yes, and Eamon de Valera, he was the head of Ireland. It seems the head of the government.
Yeah. Moving on up into 1930. Cole Porter's musical The New Yorkers opened at B.S. Moss's Broadway Theater in New York City, running for 169 performances. Not bad.
So that certainly was no BS.
Nope. And then 1941, Infamy as Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor. U.S. President Dwight D. Roosevelt delivered the Day of Infamy speech to the U.S. Congress the day after the bombing of Pearl Harbor. And little known fact, Canada...
Franklin D. Roosevelt.
Yeah. What did I say?
You said Dwight. That was Eisenhower.
Franklin D. Roosevelt. Sorry.
You said Dwight D. Roosevelt, which would have been interesting.
Well, I guess my brain is having weird meltdowns or something. I'm kind of up in a tizzy today because I got to take Dad over to the airport later on today, so we're not going to have a news show this afternoon. But, yeah. No, like, little known fact, Canada declared war on Japan before the U.S. did for the same reason. After they bombed Pearl Harbor, after Japan bombed Pearl Harbor, Canada declared war on Japan for that reason, and then it took us, like, another day. So, that's weird, You'd think we would have been, Johnny on the spot with that, but apparently not. So.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And of course, with Japan joining the war, both major Axis powers were involved with the United States.
Yep. Yeah. Hitler was all like, "You did what to the U.S.? Like, say psych right now. Say psych right now." Like.
Yeah.
And then in 1943, John Van Druten's Voice of the Turtle premiered in New York City. Voice of the Turtle. What is it saying? Oh, stop putting straws in the water. I don't know. That was bad. Oh. Zizzle.
It certainly voiced its opinion.
Yeah.
In 1949, the film adaptation On the Town, the adaptation of the Broadway musical, starring Gene Kelly, Frank Sinatra, Ann Miller, and Vera Ellen, premieres.
Ah. All right. Oh, here we go.
At 1953, we have Dwight D. Eisenhower, indeed, giving the Atoms for Peace speech at the United Nations in New York.
See, I knew I was right. I was just mixing the future article with the past.
Yes. And that was bad, so of course the next event is that Maxwell Anderson's Bad Seed in 1954, Maxwell Anderson's Bad Seed premieres in New York City.
Bad Seed.
Now I messed up.
Yeah.
So it's 1-1.
Well, we're only human, Except me, I'm not human. I'm an alien. I don't know, maybe. Anyway, 1955, black Ealing comedy The Lady Killers, directed by Alexander McKendrick and starring Alec Guinness, was released in the UK. Alright. And we got some sports history here. 1955, Brooklyn catcher Roy Campanella won the third MVP award. Well, won his third MVP award. So.
And he was also mentioned in We Didn't Start the Fire by Billy Joel.
We didn't start the fire. I don't know if that's the right way to sing it, but then, 1957, CBS broadcasted The Sound of Jazz live from New York City, an all-star program featuring swing era and contemporary jazz artists, including Count Basie, Red Allen, Ben Webster, Thelonious Monk, and Jerry Mulligan. Highlight was the last collaboration of Billie Holiday and Lester Young on Fine and Mellow. Alright.
Wow. And we continue with the music. In 1960, musical Peter Pan, starring Mary Martin, was broadcast for a third time on NBC as a special event, videotaped in color for future rebroadcast.
Ooh, nice.
In 1961, the Philadelphia Warriors in the NBA, the center of the Philadelphia Warriors, Wilt Chamberlain, scores 78 points in 151-147 3-OT defeat to LA Lakers at Philadelphia Civic Center, the second highest game total in the NBA history.
Dang, yeah, Wilt Chamberlain. 78 points, and he carried half the game. That's insane.
Yes. And in 1962, we have a funeral for Queen Wilhelmina of Holland in Newkirk, Delft.
Alright. Rest in peace, Queen Wilhelmina.
60 years ago today.
Yep. Ooh, this is interesting. 1963, Frank Sinatra Jr. was kidnapped at Harris Lake, Tahoe, in Nevada. That's interesting. Then we got a historic event here in 1965. Pope Paul VI signed the Second Vatican Council. Alright. And 1 year later, 1966, a terrible New York Yankee trade, Roger Maris for St. Louis Cards Charlie Smith. Well, I don't follow... Yeah, I don't follow much of sports and such, but that's been bad.
I like baseball, I like hockey, but I'm not like a baseball aficionado by any means.
Maybe it would have been cheaper for them to only trade to the trading cards instead of the players.
Trading cards.
Could you imagine getting traded for a first edition holographic Charizard?
That'd be interesting.
Yeah. Then I think that was my 3.
Oh, I thought you had one more because
did
Sinatra, but...
I do. Yeah, no, actually, no, you have. I did my 3.
All right. Then in 1973, Romanian tennis star Ilie Nastase wins his third consecutive season-ending ATP Masters Grand Prix title with a 6-3, 7-5, 4-6, 6-3 win over Dutchman Tom Ocker in Boston, Massachusetts.
Flying Dutchman?
The Flying Dutchman. I wear a sock in my ghosty tail to keep it warm.
I think he was flying home after that.
Yeah.
In 1976, the UN General Assembly re-elects Kurt Waldheim as Secretary General.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
From Austria, Mr. Waldheim.
Yeah.
And wasn't that my 3 now? Or?
No, you have one more.
Okay. We have a film premiere in 1978. The Deer Hunter, directed by Michael Cimino. I don't know. Cimino.
Cimino?
Viewers can find out how to pronounce him. And starring Robert De Niro, Christopher Walken, and Meryl Streep, premieres in Los Angeles. Academy Awards for the Best Picture in 1979.
Nice.
Oh, wow. I mean, wow.
Oh, wow.
So that,
Wow.
so that one time, Robert De Niro was not waiting.
Yeah.
Back when Robert De Niro was a good actor.
Huh. And 2 years later, in 1980. Yes.
Oh no, I was going
2 years later, in 1980, Annie Leibovitz had a photo shoot with John Lennon, the last person to professionally photograph him before he was murdered on the same day. Ooh. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, today is John Lennon's death day, and same with Dimebag Darrell.
Ooh. Well, stick around for deaths, Alice. I know you will.
No shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was just in the same year as John Lennon had returned to release the album Double Fantasy with Yoko Ono.
Dang.
So 3 weeks later, the shooting and murder by Mark David Chapman happened outside the Manhattan apartment of John Lennon.
Jeez.
Well, that was today.
Yes.
Yeah. And then 1982, Sophie's Choice, directed by Alan J. Pakula and based on William Soyton's 1979 novel of the same name, starring Meryl Streep and Kevin Kline, was released later to receive the Academy Awards Best Actress of 1983. All right. Good old Meryl Streep. I've heard that name before.
Didn't Meryl Streep go like years without getting an Academy? She's like the most nominated, but like never won the Best Actress award.
Yeah, we just had talked about Meryl Streep in The Deer Hunter.
Yeah, I know we were. Meryl Streep in her years. I liked her in that one movie with her and Goldie Hawn, and Bruce Willis, where Death Becomes You or whatever. Death Becomes Her.
Huh. Alright, then we're going to move on up
into the Nobel Peace Prize.
1982, Colombian writer Gabriel Garcia Marquez received the Nobel Prize for Literature. All right.
There we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this, mate. You got the Australian Open Women's Tennis 1984, Mr. Blob. Crikey.
Hi.
Yes.
Crikey.
I tried to find why he received the Nobel Prize for Literature, but I couldn't find it quickly. So in 1984, the Australian Open Women's Tennis, Chris Evert-Lloyd beats Helena Suková with 6-7, 6-1, 6-3 and continues the streak of winning at least one major per year since 1973.
Dang.
Jesus.
It's a long career.
Yeah.
Yeah, Serena Williams and whatever the other Williams sister name is.
Sonoma?
Yeah, look out.
Serena and Sonoma?
Or Selena and something. It wasn't, I don't know, Sonoma. No, it was Selena and, something like, it sounded like a planet name, to be honest.
Venus.
Jupiter, but
Venus.
Venus. Yeah, it was a planet name. Venus and Serena. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Oh wow! Sorry, I had to make an oh wow joke because of Will Smith because he played the father for them and they did that movie and then he slapped Chris Rock.
Oh. Huh.
Oh shit! Snacks. We got an '84 too. We got Ringo Starr.
It is Blob's turn.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, from one Beatle to the next. In 1984, Ringo Starr hosts Saturday Night Live with musical guest Herbie Hancock.
Ah, Herbie Hancock. What's the? He wasn't Mr. Roboto, right? He was. What's that other song? Alice.
Herbie Hancock. I can't remember Herbie Hancock. Like he wasn't part of Styx.
Hold on a second. Herbie Hancock. Music.
Yeah, he was an instrumental part in the Miles Davis.
Yeah, wasn't he a trumpet player or something like that?
No, what was the name of the rock? No, hold on a second. Famous song. There's one that's Rocket. Like, I don't know if that's it. No, there's one that's like I can't. It's known, but I can't remember it. So apparently it's not known.
Oh, yeah, he's a composer though. That's right. So yeah.
But look at this. Now you got the Australian men's open tennis. Same, actually one. Yeah.
Yes. In 1985, the Australian Open men's tennis, Stefan Edberg wins the first career Grand Slam singles title. He beats the defending champion and fellow Swede Mats Wilander with 6-3, 6-3, and 6-3.
Dang, that's consistency right there.
Yes. And of course, Stefan Edberg would go on to be one of the greatest tennis players.
Mm-hmm. And then 1987, we got some sports history here. Flyers, Ron Hextall became the first goalie to actually score a goal. Wow. Huh. That's NHL there for you, Miss Alice.
What? What?
Yeah, did you hear what I said? This guy, Ron Hextall, of the Flyers in 1987 on this date, December 8th, he became the first goalie. He became the first goalie to actually score a goal.
And that could be attributed to him being also.
Yeah, I remember this.
But,
I actually remember seeing a video clip about this, but in all due respect, fuck the Flyers.
Damn.
Anyway, he was also known for being one of the NHL's most aggressive goaltenders, setting also.
Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. Yeah. The best. Have you ever watched goalie, the best goalie fights? Where all of a sudden, for no reason, the two goalies slap down their freaking gloves and just fist fight? Those are the best.
It would be kind if I can finish a sentence before you start.
Yeah.
But
after the show, I'll send you a link of the best goalie fights of all time.
Okay.
So great. Ooh, you got a good one here, bud. In 1987, we have a treaty of interest.
Yo, Alice, why don't you let Blob speak for more than 5 seconds, please?
Yes. I was trying to say Mr. Hextall also set records for the number of penalty minutes by a goalie.
Oh yeah, you're right. I forgot about that.
All right. We're going to move on up here. You have one more, right? Or I lost count.
No.
It's my turn
I
now.
apologize. I've been having a little bit of pop in and pop outs and stuff. So you guys are both kind of jotty for me. So I'm sorry for interrupting you, buddy.
It's okay. Anyway.
All right.
1987, U.S. President Ronald Reagan and Soviet leader Mikhail Gorbachev signed a treaty eliminating medium-range nuclear missiles.
I think it was the START Treaty.
The Strategic Arms Reduction Treaty, that might be, I'm not sure. But yeah, no, we don't even need medium range anymore. We can just, launch something from one side of the planet and hit something else,
Yeah, I know. So, just medium range, not long range.
Yeah. So I guess...
Well, that makes sense.
I guess medium range would be more of a tactical nuclear use, rather than, nuclear war type stuff. So...
We talked yesterday about how Gorbachev arrived in the United States for the summit meeting, and that was what happened at the meeting.
Well, that makes sense. And then we're going to move on up here into 1993. The 4th Billboard Music Awards, Whitney Houston, The Bodyguard soundtrack won. All right.
It was a good soundtrack, man. It was a good movie. I actually just watched that movie a week ago. I love Kevin Costner.
And
Strawberry!
The film's soundtrack, of course, contained her song "I Will Always Love You."
Yep. I will always love you.
And in 1994, Darryl Strawberry was indicted on tax evasion charges.
Strawberry!
I guess the strawberry got robbed. Strawberry.
Strawberry robbed the government.
Yep.
Did he
Good on you, Strawberry.
And now it's Bob's turn, 1997.
He was later ordered to pay back $350,000 in taxes, so I guess he was guilty.
Dang.
In 1997, the 8 Billboard Music Awards, Leanne Rimes and the Spice Girls win.
Cool.
What, did I mispronounce that?
Leanne Rimes? No, I was giggling because of the Spice Girls.
Spice Girls.
Girl power.
And of course, one of the members of the Spice Girls was also Victoria Beckham.
Ah,
Well, yeah, she married David Beckham, the footballer. Yeah.
Yes. In 1997 also we have the revival of Neil Simon's comedy The Sunshine Boys, starring Jack Klugman of Quincy MD fame and Tony Randall, opening at the Lyceum Theatre in New York City and running for 230 performances.
that's pretty
Damn.
good.
Dude, Neil Simon, I love Paul and Simon.
Yep.
No, Neil Simon.
Well, no, last names.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry, it's a musical group. Sorry.
and I just see that he also wrote The Odd Couple, which had this TV show. I don't know if it was about the same thing, where but Jack Klugman also participated there.
And Walter Matthau. Yeah, Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau were in The Odd Couple.
Ah,
Wasn't it Klugman?
It was Walter Matthau and Jack Lemmon that did The Odd Couple. I'm pretty sure.
That's how you pronounce him. Okay. In 2004, we have another music, the 15th Billboard Music Awards. We have Usher, Alicia Keys, and Toby Keith winning.
all right.
Fucking Usher.
Fucking
Dude, he's a
Usher.
really short guy, actually, in real life. If you stand next to him, I'm taller than Usher.
How's Usher? Let's see.
Yeah, I'm also taller than Tom Cruise, too.
He's 5'8". Well, Tom Cruise, yeah, I understand. You're taller than 5'8".
He's 5'8"?
Yeah.
Oh, no, he is taller than me. I could have I kept hearing that he was a short guy.
No.
Oh, okay, so I guess he's 2 inches taller than me. Okay, never mind then. I'm an idiot.
Well, we already knew that, but
Shut up.
And you get 3 very famous people, I see.
yes, I do. We got a historic event here in 2010 with the second launch of the SpaceX Dragon. SpaceX became the first privately held company to successfully launch, orbit, and recover a spacecraft. Yeah.
Good on you, Elon.
I had a friend that... Go ahead.
And SpaceX, of course, was owned by Elon Musk, who now owns Twitter.
Yep. Now, I had a friend back in the day. He works in like some kind of machine shop or something, and he and his crew worked on like something involving the landing gear, of these rockets. That, while they were testing, like landing them back on the pads in the ocean, he worked on those little landing gears, like the feet and the arm things, like yeah.
Can I take this 2012 real quick?
Go for
right
it.
Between the two. So in 2012, we have the UN Climate Conference agrees to does that say extend?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, extend the Kyoto Protocol in 2020.
To 2020.
Yeah, to 2020. Like, what is the Kyoto Protocol anyway? I remember hearing about it, and I was like, what the heck? This doesn't sound good.
The Kyoto Protocol was an international treaty which extended the 1992 United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change that commits state parties to reduce greenhouse gas emissions based on the scientific consensus that global warming is occurring and that the human CO2 emissions are driving it. So more of this environmental bullcrap.
We're not driving it, though. That's the thing. We have such a minor carbon footprint.
Like, are we doing something? Yes, that is non-negotiable. But to the extent of
we make an impact. Yeah.
But to the extent of the damage, people think, like, if they, people think way too highly of themselves. If they really think that we are this significant on this earth, they got another thing coming. Like, if we're really this big of a deal, the earth would shake us off like a bad case of fleas. Like, just live.
Mother Earth won't. Yeah, Mother Earth is, she gives and she takes. And if she doesn't like what's going on, she's going to definitely adjust it.
Oh, yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Then in 2018, U.S. President Donald Trump announced John Kelly would be stepping down as White House Chief of Staff at the end of the year. Okay.
Damn.
All right, then.
So, essentially, he said, "You're fired."
Ha! You're fired.
Marco's back in the news again. Gosh darn it.
Dude, now that I'm actually like I'm thinking back, and he never really did that. Like, you know, as president, he never did it. You're fired, and that would have been great. You know.
I would love that if he would have done that. That trademark. Yeah, you're fired with the hand gesture too. Like the little like dab. It looks like he's dabbing the. No, he does the dabbing of the air. Like no, he's like this. Hang on a second. You're fired.
You're fired. You're fired.
Fired. Like he does like the you know, the whole hand gestures that you see in you know, like San Andreas for Grand Theft Auto.
He has Grove Street hands.
He has Grove Street hands when he says you're fired, dude.
I got Grove Street hands. I got Grove Street hands.
You're fired.
You're fired. Anyway, speaking of people being fired, in 2021, just last year, Olaf Scholz was sworn in as the new Chancellor of Germany, replacing Angela Merkel after 16 years. Thank God. So,
thank the stars.
Merkel was just garbage. And I see we have been joined by the Lulikins. Welcome, welcome.
Okay. And to not end on such a sad note, I also found a few more interesting historic events.
All right, go for it.
Oh, yeah.
In 1609, the Biblioteca Ambrosiana in Milan opens its reading room, second public library in Europe.
Oh, wow.
That's actually cool.
That's cool.
In 1982, the Suriname army leader Bouterse, however he is pronounced, murders 15 opponents, which are all apparently very prominent people.
Oh, dang. Wait, 1982 you said?
He murdered 15 opponents?
1982, that was 40 years.
Okay.
He murdered 15 opponents?
Yeah.
50, yes.
Yeah, the Suriname is a country. Suriname army leader, Bouterse murdered 15 opponents, so like, you know, securing his spot. But I see this other one, 1982. Norman Maier holds Washington Monument hostage, demanding an end to nuclear weapons. He was killed by police after 10 hours. He had no explosives. But
what
the hell? Wow.
What?
And I see
there's also that 83, the NASA thing looks kind of cool too.
That's interesting. You want to read it?
I think it was the 9th NASA Space Shuttle mission for Columbia.
Yeah.
6 lands at Edwards Air Force Base.
So that's the end. Yeah. I see Sohan is in the live chat. He's just saying cheeseburger Pepsi chips. That sounds interesting. So.
Hi, Sohan. I love you, buddy.
Everybody loves Sohan.
We love our Sohan.
Yep.
Sohan.
Yes.
Alice, I found one.
Man can.
I found one in 1992 that you probably will also enjoy reading.
Ooh.
Oh, NBC?
The other one.
Oh, no, never mind. No, space. Oh, the spacecraft. What? Goalie? Or I can't. It's
Galileo.
It's too muffled. Galileo. That's what I thought. Makes a second and closest flyby of Earth. Minimal distance of. Hang on, I can't read it. You're gonna have to read it.
305 kilometers for a gravity assist on its way to Jupiter. So it was using the Earth as a slingshot.
Oh, I was using the gravity to slingshot it? That's cool.
Anyway,
I think I remember that.
Yeah. Before we move on to the Burst and Deaths, audience, were there any articles that grabbed your attention more than most?
I
have another one? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
In 2011, the NBA and Players Union reached a financial agreement to end a 161-day lockout, shortening the season by 16 games.
I remember that. Oh. I remember that. There was a whole hoopla.
And nobody wants to talk about the whole year that there was no hockey for the lockout.
Of course not.
Yeah, when the NHL had a lockout, that was really gay.
Well, First off, Alice, let's mind our tongue on the show, number one. And number two, we aren't Canada, so of course we're not going to care about hockey. So.
Shut up! It's hockey. It's the best sport of all time.
And in 2020, we have something that I think everyone in the world should care about. The former Israeli space security chief Chaim Eshed says aliens and the Galactic Federation exist and Donald Trump knows about it in an article published in the Jerusalem Post.
Holy crap!
So we know about an alien galactic thing?
Oh yeah, what's it called? Like the Galactic Federation or something? Like,
Yes.
Yeah, I've heard about this.
That was wild at the time.
Yeah.
I've heard a little bit about it, but I don't know too much about it. So.
We do not encourage our viewers to be abducted by aliens just to investigate.
Put on your tinfoil hats, people. So, anyway, before we
I'm
move
Alex.
on...
I'm Alex dozing it up.
Yep. Before we move on into person tests, audience, were there any articles that grabbed your attention more than most? Anything that you wish we had elaborated more about? Anything that you would have liked to say if you had been on the show? Start a dialogue in the comments section. Anyway, let's get on up into bursts. Ooh, you got an interesting one here, Mr. Blob.
All right.
Ooh.
I'll begin with the year 65 BC. That's before Christ. A Roman Republican poet, Horace. He was born in Odus, and he wrote Odus. He was born in Venosa, Italy.
I was gonna say he was born in his work.
What? Well, no, it's just like, well, are they not sure? It says 65-8 BC.
That's his life.
There, so.
65. He was born in 65 BC and he died in 8 BC.
It goes backwards. That's right. I
Yes.
forgot. Like time before. Yeah.
He wrote Odes, of course.
Oats, yes.
Oats.
Oats.
Your
Oats. Oats.
there's your
Oats.
oats,
Oats.
Xander.
Oats. Oats.
Xander and your oats.
ODS.
Yes. Odes.
Ode.
Odes to oats. My kingdom for an oat.
No, those are elaborate poems.
Yes.
I just want more oats.
Yeah.
And in 1542, by the way, Horace died in 8 BC.
Ah, yeah.
In 1542, we have Mary, Queen of Scots. She was the Queen of Scots, obviously. Mary Stuart, Queen of Scotland from 1560 to 87. Born in Linlithgow Palace in Scotland.
Ah.
And that means, unlike certain companies' promises, she actually had a title.
Yeah.
He was
oh,
titled.
man. Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
She died.
You really went there?
She died in 1587. By the way, that company does not promise you to get the title queen.
Yeah. Yeah, don't fall for established titles. So, and see,
I was actually thinking about buying my dad a square foot of land and making him a lord.
yeah,
But
no,
I was like, yeah, it probably doesn't seem worth it.
don't do it because that company is based out of China. So, like, just boycott China. China. That,
I'm sorry. I can't help it. Every time I hear the word China, I think Donald Trump when he says it.
Of course. Who doesn't?
In 1708, we have Francis I, Holy Roman Emperor from 1745 to 1765. He was born in the Ducal Palace of Nancy, Lorraine, Holy Roman Empire, and died in 1765. So likely in office.
Yeah.
Damn.
And I see we have been joined by Hot Dog. Welcome to the show, good sir.
Hot dogs.
And moving on up here to 1765, we have Eli Whitney, an American inventor of the cotton gin, born in Westboro, Massachusetts, dying in 1825. And here is a misnomer. People believe that the cotton gin was a benefit in helping end slavery and everything. No, it wasn't. It actually increased slavery because it increased the production. So, like, what do you do when one of the links in the chain starts producing more? Well, you gotta start feeding it more. So they started getting more slaves in order to get more cotton to produce even faster. So
Yeah.
that's what the cotton gin did. So
It was a double-edged sword.
Yes, it was. So, and then we also have Jean Sibelius, 1865, was a Finnish composer, Valstristi Finlandia, born in Tavastiers, Finland, dying in 1957. Huh.
Oh. Oh. We got Diego.
Yeah.
Here.
Blob, it's your turn.
Oh, we do only 2. I did 3 before.
Yeah, no, it's alright.
Oh, okay.
I
So
love you.
in 1886 we have Diego Rivera, Mexican painter, en El Arsenal, and husband of Frida Kahlo, born in Guanajuato, Mexico.
Yeah. Let's see what this looks
Let's
like.
see his artwork.
Died
Yeah.
in 1957.
Oh, this one. I remember this one. We were talking about this.
Oh, shit, that's the guy?
Yeah, we were talking about this the other day. He was he died recently. Yeah, December 8th. He actually no, he was born.
Oh, he died today.
No. He was born today. He died on November 24th. That's why I remember it because it was only like less than a month ago. Because I remember this painting.
Because you said he died today. I'm like, well,
No.
that's today. Holy
Yeah.
shit snacks.
Yeah, no, well, some people have like had their death days on their birthdays, and that is a rarity. But it has happened quite often, actually. More
Yeah,
than you
and
think.
you have reported it too.
Yeah.
So that's really wicked, though. But he was a good painter.
Yes,
My
he
favorite
was.
painter is Salvador Dali, though.
Ah.
So
Yes, and
that and Claude Monet. I like his impressionisms.
Yeah. Well, let's
And-
keep the show going. I want to keep this under an hour because I have stuff to do. So.
yes. So in 1916 we have Richard Fleischer, American film director. For example, Dr. Dolittle. He was born in New York City, New York, and died in 2006.
So he made Dr. Dolittle. Cool.
Dr. Dolittle. Oh, it was a good book.
Yes. Then we got Sammy Davis Jr. in 1925. He was a U.S. vaudeville stage and screen singer. The Candyman. The Candyman can. He was a dancer and an actor in Ocean's 11 and Rat Pack member, born in New York City, New York. Wow, he was everywhere.
Dude, yeah, Sammy Davis Jr. was awesome, dude. I love his work. So when I saw that, happy birthday, Sammy Davis. May you rest in peace as well.
Yes. And then we got Joachim Fest in 1926, a German historian and journalist, Hitler biography, Spear, The Final Verdict, born in Berlin, Germany, died in 2006. All right.
Damn.
Yes. In 1927 we have Vladimir Shatalov, Soviet cosmonaut, on the missions Soyuz 4, Soyuz 8, and Soyuz 10. He was born in Petropavlovsk in the Kazakhstan, or back then Kazakh SSR.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, Kazakhstan. But yeah, part of the USSR.
What became Kazakhstan? Yeah, the Kazakh Soviet Socialist Republic. So.
So we congratulate to the 90th birthday.
I love my cosmonauts.
Yeah.
Why don't we call our astronauts in America cosmonauts? I think cosmonaut sounds a lot cooler than astronaut.
I don't know. Astro sounds better in my opinion. I mean,
Alright,
it really depends. Astro, Cosmo, does it really matter? Why can't we just call them space people?
Yeah.
We're space people.
Yeah.
Hey, we just sent out 8 space people to the the ISS space station.
Yeah. Well,
Let's call them Moon Men.
Cosmos.
Moon Men. Ooh, I like
Yeah,
Moon Men too.
that only works for a moon, though.
Yeah. And
Yeah, what are we going to be scientifically accurate all the time? I send them to Mars and I call them Moon Men.
Yeah.
Shoot! Oh my God, this one's actually kind of cool. Happy birthday, Maximilian Schell. Born in 1930, died in 2014. He was a Swiss-Austrian actor and director. He did the Odessa. Was that say Flow?
File.
Oh, File. Yeah, and Julius.
Julia.
Julia. Okay, sorry. My thing. But yeah, he was born in Vienna, Austria. Happy birthday, Maximilian Schell.
Ooh, you get another good one here.
Ooh, I'm taking this one. Happy birthday, Mr. Jim Morrison. May you rest in peace. Was born in 1943. Died in 1971. He was the singer-songwriter for The Doors. Come on, baby, light my fire.
As well. Well,
And he was born in Melbourne, Florida. I didn't know he was born in Florida.
he was also a poet, it says here.
Yeah, with his writings,
Yeah.
that makes sense, yeah. But he was also a poet. But yeah, we all know him mostly for The Doors. And he's one of the 27s.
Yeah. My dad was friends with him and all the Doors. He knew them.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, you told me that, and I'm really jealous of that.
yeah. I don't know whose turn is it, but I'm going to start taking this here. 1948, we have Jimmy Lai, is a Chinese businessman, founder of Giordano, born in Guangzhou, China. 74 today. So,
Happy birthday, buddy.
and
He was born in 48 then, right?
what?
He was born in 48, right?
Yes. And then we have 1953, we have Kim Basinger, a U.S. actress, Never Say Never Again in 9.5 Weeks, and Batman, born in Athens, Georgia. Huh.
Kim
Alright.
Basinger. That's how you say her name.
Okay.
Basinger.
Basinger.
Yeah, it's her 69th birthday.
Ah, alright.
Yes.
Can I take this one right here?
Sure.
Can I?
All right.
Can I,
So today, in 1953, we have Sam Kinison. He was the American screaming comedian, an actor. Back to School. What else was that there? Charlie Hoover.
Yep.
Does that say? Yep. He was born in Yakima, Washington. But
Yeah.
no, he was one of my favorite comedians. Sam Kinison. He was like the screaming guy.
I never
I
heard
love
of him.
that guy. Happy birthday to Sam.
You're gonna say something, Blob?
yeah, I wanted to go back a bit to 1942.
Okay.
We have Bobby Elliott, the British rock drummer for the Hollies. He was born in Burnley, Lancashire, and it's his 80th birthday today, so happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Yeah.
Man,
Alright.
there's some cool birthdays today.
Yeah.
Pam, you want to continue, or?
Nope, it's Xander. It's your turn.
Nope, it's Blob's turn.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, it's Blob's turn. Oh, okay, sorry.
We have another round birthday in 1962. It was Steve Elkington, Australian golfer with a PGA Championship 1995 win, 10 PGA Tour titles, born in Inverell, New South Wales. It's his 60th birthday today.
Nice.
New South Wales, that's Australia, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's where I am.
Oh, snap.
She's
Ozzy,
dead.
Ozzy.
She's
We
dead.
have something wrong because this birthday right here,
Yeah, didn't she die?
she passed away. She passed away.
Huh.
Sinead O'Connor.
Let me double check this here. I
Yeah,
swear
she died.
she's dead.
Yeah,
No?
unless it's like
No, she's not.
what? I could have sworn she died. Oh no, wait, no, that's Dolores from the Cranberries. I could have sworn though that Sinead O'Connor died. Is this a Mandela effect?
I don't know, maybe. Blob, it's your turn still, right?
Oh,
Yep.
I do too.
Oh,
But
okay, well, I'll take this one. 1966, we have Sinead O'Connor, Irish singer-songwriter, Nothing Compares to You, born in Glenageary, Ireland. Still alive, maybe? Like, the jury's still out? I don't know. Like, she's 56, or she would be, or she is, I don't know. Then we also have Nicki Minaj, 1982. Trinidadian, a U.S. rapper and singer, if you want to call her that. Super Bass and Starships. Born in St. James Port of Spain, Trinidad and Tobago. So,
I have no clue that is that Nick.
she's a talentless hack. So,
I was.
She was a. Remember, she interviewed Joe Biden
Ugh.
prior to him being elected.
dang. And then we're going to have this one here in 1994. We have Raheem Sterling. I'm just going to close out bursts here real quick. We have a British-Jamaican football player, Manchester City English national team, born in Kingston, Jamaica. He's 28 today.
Which is the capital of Jamaica.
Yes.
Happy 28th birthday, buddy.
Yep.
Yes. Happy birthday.
And then Mr. Blob, it's your turn again. 644 in deaths.
I think you must make a split.
I've already did. Well, I haven't done the split. It's too late now. So.
All right. So let's continue quickly. In 644, we have Omar I, the second Caliph of Islam, from 634 to 644. He oversaw the conquest of Persia and Egypt, and he was murdered at either 59 or 60 years old.
One of those two. And yeah, like I'll just have to split this in the video editing program afterwards. So, yeah.
All right. Then we have in one moment.
1820.
In 1811, we have Eliza Poe, English-American actress and the mother of the American author Edgar Allan Poe.
Ooh.
She died of tuberculosis at 23 or 24 years old.
Oh wow, that's young. Wow.
Oh
Yeah.
wow! And why was that not highlighted? That's Edgar Allan Poe's fam.
Yeah. Wow. That's crazy. No wonder Edgar Allan Poe was so dark and everything. He lost his mom when she was only 23 or 24 to tuberculosis of all things. That sucks. So.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Didn't Doc Holliday die of tuberculosis too?
Yes, he did. But here's another one. This should be highlighted too. 1831. James Hoban, the architect who designed the White House, died on this date. Why is that not highlighted?
Holy crap! Why is that not highlighted? You're right. I mean, it's in blue at least.
Well,
right?
that's because I highlighted it. But normally it's just
I'm
here
saying
with the
in blue. We've got
all
a bunch
these
of blues right here.
Well, yeah, these are all clickable links though. These are not highlighted. These are you click this and it shows you famous people who died in 1830. Famous people who died in 1859. It just takes you to that. It has nothing to do with James Hoban. It's just a click. It's just a link. So.
But he designed the White House. He died today.
Yeah,
wow.
1831.
Yes.
Huh.
That's interesting.
Dang. And then we also have Herbert Spencer in 1903, with a British philosopher. Social statics, died at 83. Social statics. What is that? Let me look that up real quick here. Social statics.
Yeah.
Or the conditions essential to happiness specified, and the first of them developed is an 1851 book by the British polymath Herbert Spencer. The book was published by John Chapman of London. Alright, for further reading on this subject matter, please refer to the underbar of the description, and the link is there now. So.
And maybe it is noteworthy maybe that he coined the phrase survival of the fittest.
Huh.
Survival of the fittest, yeah.
Alright. Then back to Blob here, 1942.
Oh, I wanted quickly, in 1900, Henry Russell, composer, died at 87.
Huh. Alright.
I thought it was also an important one.
And by the way, just to let you know, I'm gonna annoyingly interrupt you when you read this name, so just giving you a forewarning here. Don't spoil it.
Alright.
Sorry, couldn't help it. I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Thanks for the spoiler. We have Albert
Kahn!
There you go.
In 1952, he was born in 1869. American architect known as the Architect of Detroit, died at 73.
Dang.
Damn.
So he's the architect of Detroit. So the majority of Detroit has him to thank for what they look like.
Well, he
Oh my god.
he designed the industrial complexes, major industrial plant complexes, it says here.
Isn't Detroit a shithole though?
And the Ford River automobile.
Debatable.
So he was essentially a factory architect.
Ah. Alright.
So he made a really good functioning architecture for
Factories.
the industry during the industry age era.
Let's see here.
Right?
Albert Kahn
Yeah.
building.
So he was during industrial era, right?
Oh yeah, he built these. Oh, he designed this one. Okay, I know this one. I don't remember the name, but I recognize this building here. Okay.
Oh damn!
Yeah.
I recognize it too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So he was kind of like an Art Deco almost kind of guy.
Anyway, we have Trey Speaker in 1958, was a U.S. Baseball Hall of Fame outfielder, World Series of 1912, 15, and 20, American League Most Valuable Player of 1912, career batting average .345, the sixth of all time for the Cleveland Indians, and manager for the Cleveland Indians from 1919 through 1926, died at the age of 70. Well, that's a pretty good life.
I'm looking at his picture.
Yeah.
He's got Boston on his name and his shirt. Boston.
Yep. Then we got Robert Henry Lawrence Jr. in 1967, the first black U.S. citizen astronaut and U.S. Air Force major, died in a crash on an F-104 Stratofighter while training at 32. Dang.
Oh,
But he was the first black astronaut. That's really cool.
Hell, yeah, dude. Sorry for your death today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty bad thing if you go to space and back, but then you die in a crash on Earth.
Yeah, well, let's not forget that one guy, because remember with the SR-71 or something that was shot down over Russia during the Cold War? That guy, he later died in a helicopter crash. So something tells me that there might be something fishy going on, that because that guy was obviously killed. Lawrence here might have been killed too,
maybe. I
don't think so.
Well, I mean, somebody, the first black astronaut and the first black U.S. Air Force major, that's going to give you some notoriety, and then if he starts saying anything against, the system, they'll just, snuff him out, just like what the Russians did to Yuri Gagarin,
1 year later, some Christian priest was killed also by the name of Martin Luther King.
Oh, right. Yeah, that too. Yeah.
The guy that assassinated Martin Luther King died today?
No. Bob is saying 1 year after this guy's death, in 1968, Martin Luther King was assassinated.
But not exactly at the day.
Yeah, no, just within the next year. So. Yeah. But anyway, you got one here in 1978.
All right. We have Golda Meir, one of the architects of Israel. She was one of the founders of Israel. I mean, she was Israeli teacher, stateswoman, and the fourth prime minister of Israel from 1969 to 1974. She was known as the Iron Lady of Israeli politics and died in a dies of lymphatic cancer at 80.
Yep.
Oh.
And
less than 230.
We have talked about it earlier. In 1980, the British musician, pop star, and member of the Beatles, John Lennon, died. He was known not only for Imagine, of course, but for all the Beatles songs. He was shot and murdered outside of his home in New York City by Mark David Chapman at 40 years old.
Jeez.
I know, only 4 years. Rest in peace there, John Lennon.
There's this song I enjoy, it's called the Radio Friendly song, and one of the lyrics is, "Why does John Lennon have to be the one who got shot? Something's wrong." So...
Yeah.
Anyway, we have Keith Holyoake, 1983, was the 26th Prime Minister of New Zealand for the National Party from 1960 through 72. Died of a stroke at the age of 79, and he was born in 1904.
Damn.
Yeah.
1904, huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well.
And then we also have John Glenn. Oh, that's a big name there. 2016, a U.S. astronaut, the first U.S. citizen to orbit the Earth. He was also a politician, senator, Democrat, Ohio. Died at the age of 95. Was born in 1921. Rest in peace, Mr. Glenn.
Yeah. Didn't John Glenn also do the first, in a spacesuit, like a walking thing? Didn't John Glenn do that?
First spacewalk. Soviet cosmonaut Alexei Leonov.
Oh,
so
never mind.
Yep.
Oh no, so the Russians beat us there. Okay.
The Russians beat us everywhere.
How about the first American? I thought it was John Glenn that did the first spacewalk.
First U.S. spacewalk. Let's see.
Yeah, American spacewalk. Was it?
let's see here. The first spacewalk by a U.S. citizen. Edward White II.
Oh, never mind then. I'm an idiot.
Well, we already knew that, but...
Shut up! We already discussed this earlier.
Anyway,
I'm taking 2005, by the way, today.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
2005?
What
about 2005?
I'm taking the 2005 death today.
Okay, this one?
Is it Dimebag Daryl?
It's not even on here. Go for it. Talk about it.
What?
It's in 2000. It's
2000. 2004, Alice.
Oh shit, I was off by a year. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Wow, and that's not even highlighted. So, today in history in 2004, Dimebag Daryl, the guitarist from Pantera, was shot and killed in Columbus, Ohio while playing on stage with the band Damage Plan.
Dang. And Alice, I just realized we did this last year. Remember back when I was still editing and all that stuff, like the old way we used to do this?
Yeah.
So you and I have been doing this show now for a whole year. Wow.
I know.
Oh,
that is awesome.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
And
crazy. But yeah, no, today in history on December 8th, on the same day that John Lennon was shot and killed outside of his apartment in 2004.
Yeah.
I kind of sworn it was 2005, but...
Anyway, Blob's trying to say something.
Oh, yeah, just to add what you said, the killer was also killed directly at 25 years old.
Yeah, the guy that killed Dimebag Daryl was also killed, yes. So...
Well, who else died today? 2019?
Yeah, should I finish it off?
Yeah, go ahead.
Someone should take it.
I will start with the lower one because I think it's more appropriate to finish with the other one. So we have Paul Volcker, 1927 to 2019, American economist and chairman of the U.S. Federal Reserve from 1979 to 1987. He died at 92 years old.
Huh.
Damn.
And we have a very young death, unfortunately. Juice WRLD from 1998 to 2019. American rapper and singer-songwriter. For example, All Girls Are the Same and Lucid Dreams. He died at 21 of a seizure at the Chicago airport caused by toxic levels of oxycodone and codeine.
Jeez.
Overdose, so.
Yeah.
And he got a seizure from it.
Yep.
Yes.
Damn.
Yep. And that shall conclude. Actually, before we conclude the show, Proto, you had some posts here in the Michaelis channel.
Yes, we got through them all.
Okay. Well, all right then. Anyway, that shall conclude the show. Once again, you can check the underbar in the description for any links you may find interesting, including but not limited to all things OMNI Coalition. For your dose of Past Events Daily, we stream this show every day at 10 in the morning Pacific Time.
1 p.m. Eastern and 12 p.m. Central.
And 9 p.m.
11 a.m. Mountain.
Yep.
Yeah, and 9 p.m. German time.
I thought it was 7.
Oh, 7, yes, sorry. I meant...
Yeah, this whole time I've been saying 7. I'm like, am I wrong? Like...
No, it's because 7 p.m. is 19 o'clock essentially, so it's 7 p.m.
Anyway, for all of you and all of us, I was Aoxander.
I was Protoblob.
And I supposedly am Who Is Alice.
Yep. And in the live studio audience, we have Hot Dog, we had the Doom guy, and at one point we also had Lulikins. So thank you all for...
Don't forget Sohan was in chat, too.
Sohan was in chat, yes. So thank you all for joining, thank you all for watching, thank you all for commenting and all that stuff and rigmarole. Anyway, until you catch us tomorrow, we will not be having a new show today. So until you catch us tomorrow, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. Toodles!
Be cool, stay cool, don't do drugs, stay safe, don't rape.